The story begins with a dense forest, eerily silent under the cover of darkness. The faint sound of crickets echoes through the air, but even they seem subdued, as if aware of the unspeakable horrors hidden within. A group of 5 friends, Emily, James, Chloe, Ryan, and Ethan, decide to explore an abandoned mansion deep within the forest. The mansion, known as Shaitan Villa, has a sinister history. Locals whisper about mysterious disappearances and strange lights that flicker in its windows despite being deserted for decades. The friends, eager for adventure and dismissive of the rumors, are drawn to the challenge. As they approach the mansion, the air grows colder. A chill seeps into their bones, and an unnatural fog blankets the area. The mansion looms before them, its broken windows resembling gaping mouths, its walls cracked and covered in vines. A crow caws loudly, breaking the oppressive silence, and they hesitate for a moment before stepping onto the creaking wooden porch. The front door creaks open with an ominous groan, as if inviting them in. Inside, the air is heavy with the stench of decay. The once grand interior is now a decaying shadow of its former self. Broken furniture is scattered around, and a massive chandelier hangs precariously above, swaying slightly despite the lack of wind. Chloe shines her flashlight across the room, and its beam catches a dusty portrait hanging above the fireplace. The painting depicts a stern-looking woman with piercing eyes that seem to follow their every move. James jokes nervously. She's watching us, but no one laughs. As they explore, they find themselves drawn to a locked door in the basement. The lock, old and rusted, breaks easily under Ethan's persistent efforts. Behind the door lies a staircase spiraling down into pitch darkness. A foul odor wafts up, and Emily recoils. "This doesn't feel right," she says, but the group convinces her to continue. The stairs creak under their weight as they descend. The temperature drops further, and their breaths become visible. At the bottom, they find a small room with walls covered in strange symbols etched in what looks like dried blood. In the center lies a wooden chest, its surface scorched as if by fire. Curiosity gets the better of them, and Ryan opens the chest. Inside, they find a small, grotesque doll with hollow eyes and a sinister grin. The moment the chest is opened, a deafening scream echoes through the basement, and the symbols on the walls begin to glow. The group panics. Emily screams, Close it now." But it's too late. The door at the top of the stairs slams shut, trapping them inside. A low, guttural growl reverberates through the room, and the doll's head slowly turns to face them. Suddenly, the flashlight flickers and dies, plunging them into darkness. They hear footsteps, not their own, approaching. James fumbles with his lighter, and in the dim flame, they see a shadowy figure standing at the edge of the room. Its eyes glow red, and it begins to whisper in a language none of them understand. The whispers grow louder, turning into guttural chants that make their ears bleed. One by one, they feel an invisible force pulling them apart from each other. Ethan is dragged screaming into the shadows, his voice abruptly cut off. Chloe's flashlight sparks back to life, revealing scratch marks on the walls and pools of fresh blood where Ethan had been standing. Emily grabs Ryan's arm and cries, "We need to get out of here." But the staircase is gone, replaced by a solid wall. The room begins to spin, the glowing symbols pulsating like a heartbeat. The doll suddenly levitates, its sinister grin widening impossibly, and it lets out a bone-chilling laugh. James collapses to the ground, clutching his chest as if something is squeezing his heart. Chloe tries to help him, but is yanked backward by an unseen force. Her scream is muffled as her body is dragged into the darkness. Emily and Ryan are the only ones left, their backs pressed against the wall. The shadowy figure steps closer, its features now visible in horrifying detail. Its face is a grotesque mix of human and animal, with elongated fingers tipped with razor-sharp claws. It points at Emily, and she begins to levitate, her eyes rolling back as if possessed. Ryan, trembling with fear, picks up the doll and throws it at the figure. The moment it makes contact, the figure lets out an ear-piercing shriek and disappears, along with the glowing symbols. The room falls silent, but the sense of dread remains. Emily collapses to the ground, unconscious but alive. Ryan carries her up the stairs, which have mysteriously reappeared, and they stumble out of the mansion into the cold night air. As they reach the safety of their car, they look back to see the mansion's windows glowing with an eerie red light. The sound of faint laughter echoes through the forest as they drive away, vowing never to return.